You.
Check one, check two. Dana, this is Dan checking audio.
He said Lorraine was something, and it's happened up country too, but people are finding little dogs of cinnamon.
So as they come in,
They get these dogs out for a walk, or they're out there.
Check one, check two. Check one, check two.
Lost their dog.
it's the budget cover. Yeah. I can try down. Okay.
That's in the, checked as to whether it's poison.
Is that gonna interfere?
Not at all.
Okay.
Apparently people are throwing this things in people's yards. Because they're finding them in your yard. Years ago, we were doing that with the throwing things. Dogs were dying. Me too, but it's like, I can't wait. Get away. The way back at night, we look at them. See, me too. That's like the
Cover.
Cover. Sorry, like this.
No, no, but you get cover. Top, there.
Hi, John.
Thought I'd come by and say hi.
Very good.
Yeah, see what it is. I mean, you could have weight on both sides. Let's see if I can stretch it.
You want to sit in the back of the bus with the rest of the truck?
Set it desktop, the desktop. Set it desktop, desktop. Give you options, straight, left, left. Oh, yeah, you get here.
One point. Oh, okay. Why don't you just put it in parking?
No?
You're trying to, what are you trying to do? You're trying to put it in, widen it? It's gonna look weird. Like, what if we look like, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to see what.
Oh, here.
Oh, wait a minute. Get up.
Oh,
Walk it up there.
get out of the street?
Okay, never mind. I thought it was this picture.
Oh,
And if we-
oh,
and
my
then-
gosh. Here, hold on. Hi, Grace. Morning. Who's Brian?
How's it? Yeah. No, sir.
You want to try lighting that and take out when he's done? Can you just get yours back?
Yeah, no. So, I need to try gradient. Oh, black. Yeah.
Do you want me to expend it or just?
I don't
FYI.
Oh.
There. You didn't just grab them.
Whatever. You do it.
Well, that's wrong.
Just leave it at the ready, right?
Somebody
Good to see you.
I
know. Yeah, I did.
Where? The 30.
Put a black background. The county seal would be an oval instead of the egg shape. Morning. Hi there.
How are you?
Oh yeah, that looks fine.
Well, that's not somebody.
I know.
Yes.
Good, thank you very much. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very If I stay here, then I don't get on. Yeah, we stay behind.
Just like church. I know. Waiting for the yeah, right. Champion.
Yeah, sure. How do you like it? So a bunch of the tiered rate structure. Yeah, exactly. Right, so this they don't have to do.
You want to sit here? Oh, sorry. My cough dropped. Here. Right. That's a big. Hello, Dr. Ison. How are you? Good to see you in your peace outfit.
Good morning.
Oh yeah.
Let's stretch it out. No,
Yeah. No, it's just black background. That's good enough.
For you. For you.
Wait a second.
I know. Very good. Hello, actually, I saw you with Ross. I figured you're here. Are you helping this I know, he wants to rock. I know, but we don't know him as another realm. Yeah, good.
Oh, really? I did, you know. Voices here, I see. Oh boy. I love it, I love
Morning, Lynn. Thank you.
I'm so underdressed.
Yeah. Or my funeral, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning and aloha. We wanted to welcome you all this morning. If I can have your attention, please, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Keith Regan, Managing Director for the County of Maui, and we wanted to welcome you to this, the Mayor's 12th budget presentation. Welcome, Mayor. You can give Mayor a big hand for 12 years of doing this. We are very, very honored to have you all here with us here this morning to be a part of this budget presentation. a lot of hard work and a lot of effort went into putting this document together. And so we're just very, very thankful for all of that. But I would like to make some introductions, if you don't mind, please. And this is in no specific order, except for I'm going to start with the chair of the council, Council Chair Mike White. Thank you for joining us this morning. Council Vice Chair Robert Carroll. Budget and Finance Committee Chairman, Mr. Ricky Hokama. Councilmember Don Guzman. Councilmember Yukile Sugimura. Councilmember Alika Atai. Councilmember Stacy Crivello. And Councilmember Ellie Cochran. We appreciate your presence today. Also, I'd like to introduce our budget director, Mr. Sandy Boz. And, you know, Sandy, he's been working very, very hard since December coming on board. And his budget staff has done a lot of great work in the meantime putting this budget together. So if the budget staff could please stand and wave and be recognized. All the budget staff in the back.
They're very background people.
And I would be remiss if we didn't recognize our former budget director who's here in the audience, Miss Lynn Araki Regan. Lynn. And of course, we have with us this morning someone who really doesn't need an introduction, but who has been our mayor for total of going on 12 years now, but this will be his 8th year in the second term of his, the Honorable Mayor Alan M. Arakawa. Oh, you can stand. So ladies and gentlemen, if you will, please help me welcome to give his budget message, Mayor Alan Arakawa.
Great to see all of you guys here. Aloha, good morning, Chair White, council members, all of you that are in the audience, thank you for coming. In 1978, under the direction of then Governor George Ariyoshi, the state of Hawaii and all 4 counties got together to create the Hawaii State Planning Act, Chapter 226 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes. This was a gathering of thousands of citizens from every walk of life, including politicians, industry professionals, college and high school students, mom and pop store owners, and many more. It was to date the most comprehensive, all-encompassing planning process ever in the state. The Hawaii State Planning Act states, in order to ensure for present and future generations those elements of choice and mobility that ensure that individuals and groups may approach their desired levels of self-reliance and self-determination, it shall be the goal of the state to achieve 1. A strong, viable economy characterized by stability, diversity, and growth, which enables the fulfillment of the needs and expectations of Hawaii's present and future generations. 2, a desired physical environment characterized by beauty, cleanness, quiet, stable, natural systems, and uniqueness that enhances the mental and physical well-being of the people. 3, physical, social, and economic well-being for individuals and families in Hawaii that nourishes a sense of community responsibility, of caring, and of participation in community life. Ever since 1978, I've done my best as a citizen, a county worker, council member, and as mayor to work towards the fulfillment of these goals. These accomplishments are also shared by the council members and the community, for we could not complete these tasks without everyone's cooperation. They include setting aside and protecting our north and south shorelines from development, keeping miles and miles of beach accessible for our community, ensuring our drinking water is clean and reliable, with projects like the Waikamoi Flume and soon to be completed Iao water treatment facility, which includes the expanded use of microfilter technology, added land to grow food, flowers, and other crops, we're working to expand our ag parks from 300 to 1,400 acres, maintaining our 1,000+ miles of roads, bridges, and culverts so they are safe to travel, and building new infrastructure when it is possible. Expanding our active park systems from 200 to 600 acres so that we keep up with the population growth, and families 20 years from now will still have the room they need to play, stay active, and healthy. Provide our emergency workers, police, fire, and lifeguards the training, equipment, and facilities needed to protect and serve the public. Moving toward 100% reuse of our recycled wastewater in Kihei, Kahului, and Lahaina. Project should be completed within a year. Planning for the future and taking into account sea level rise, coastal erosion, while at the same time looking at the anticipated needs of our community. Working toward our 100% alternative energy goals. Building the facilities that serve our people and the communities in which they live. Whether it's a fire station on Molokai, a new gymnasium in Kihei, or a skate park upcountry, we're listening to our residents and building better neighborhoods. Unfortunately, since then, politicians and community members have forgotten the original intent of setting these long-term goals. Instead of focusing on long-term plans, they look towards implementing cheaper, shorter-term solutions. What we need to remember is that when taking the time to think things out, plan for the future, then taking actual steps to shape the future, it's a win that belongs to everyone. The win belongs to you, the council, for having the foresight to pass the legislation and approve projects. The win belongs to our county workers and departments for putting the work in and getting things done. And most of all, it belongs to our residents who believed in and voted for the right kind of change. For example, when the council and the administration banned plastic bags, that was a win for the community. When we purchased land at Keehu Bay in Pakakalo for cultural and environmental reasons, that was also a win for the community. We created the Maui bus system and continue to expand transportation and fund new stops and routes so that the Maui bus can take more people to more places. That is a big win for the community. Change is not always easy. In fact, it is almost always a challenge. This administration has made it a point to take on the tough challenges, especially if we saw that the community would benefit from these solutions. Today is no different. I am pleased to submit this administration's proposed budget for the County of Maui fiscal year 2019. This budget was developed in accordance with the Maui County Charter, the county's budget and finance policies, and, as always, the goals of the Hawaii State Planning Act of 1978. There are two words that come to mind when looking at this, our 12th budget proposal for the community. These words are planning and investment. Without planning, we could not get the best return on the community's investment. Without investment, there is no mechanism to bring these plans to fruition. To be an effective government, we need both. This budget reflects this theme and is our most aggressive budget proposal to date. It consists of $820 million in county funds budgeted for fiscal year 2019, and we anticipate an additional $62.6 million in grant revenues. This money will provide funding for an operating budget of $605 million and a capital program budget of $214.9 million. We have an additional $12.5 million in federal highway project grant for a grand total of $882.6 million. The county's capital improvement projects are the results of discussions with the community and their needs as they have been communicated to this administration and to the council. They include such long-awaited projects as the $81.2 million for the construction of the Wailuku Civic Hub, which has undergone community planning for more than a decade. The hub will be the cornerstone of the redevelopment and revitalization of Wailuku Town for generations to come. $35.4 million for road resurfacing and improvements, including the much-anticipated roundabout at Kamehameha Avenue and Maui Lani Parkway, which will improve traffic and make the area safer for students and other pedestrians. An additional $23.5 million for wastewater improvements and expansion to supplement the $94 million we have already invested, which will help county transition from using injection wells to using our recycled water for irrigation. It's a lot of work, and the cost will be around $117.5 million, but it needed to be done. $20.1 million for new parks facilities and improvements, including a new starters booth and restaurant facility at the Waiahu Municipal Golf Course. Last year, I made a proposal to close the course if we didn't make improvements or we were not willing to make improvements. This council took a stand that they wanted to spend the money to make the improvements, and we're going along with that. We're redoing the golf course greens. We're going to be trying to redo the facilities at the golf course, because I believe now everybody understands what it takes to be able to run that course and is willing to participate. So we're 100% behind it, and it's in our budget. Operationally, the departments intend to improve services with the following changes. $9 million for housing and human concerns to acquire property to expand homeless shelters and affordable housing countywide. The department will also reestablish the first-time homebuyers assistance program. We are so far deficit in affordable housing. If we don't put in money to start assisting in the creation of affordable housing, we're going to find that many of our people in our community are going to have to leave because we cannot afford to live here. We need to start creating the opportunity, and this $9 million is our attempt. We tried it last year. I don't think everybody understood what we were trying to do, but we need to be able to secure properties. Everything on Maui has just gone through the roof. People working here cannot afford to stay here. Depositing $6.5 million to the emergency fund. This includes money that was spent for working during the Iao flood that were budgeted to cut down dead eucalyptus trees along Pihola Road. $2.7 million for fire and public safety to replace water rescue craft for ocean safety, as well as pumper trucks for Napili and Wailuku stations. The cost also covers pay for 4 ocean safety officers and their equipment to operate a lifeguard station at Black Rock in Kaanapali. Resorts are donating the land and the lifeguard tower to help do their part. While this is not a county beach park, this is an area where the most drownings on our islands are taking place. And this public-private partnership will help educate and protect beachgoers as well as save many lives. It only makes sense to have the lifeguards where we're having the most drownings and consistently having those drownings. $1.2 million for Planning Maui Island Plan Implementation Report for community plan updates and studies, shoreline, beach management, and restoration studies, and to overhaul Title 19 zoning code. Some of our planning projects, like developing our ag park, can take years. Others, like reforestation or creating a new deep water harbor, may take generations. $745,000 for the Transportation Department to buy replacement buses and MEO shuttles. This includes a $300,000 grant to MEO for a new maintenance facility. A pilot Waihe'e bus route will also begin this year. $367,000 for the Maui Police Department to increase the number of patrol officers in the Central District, which encompasses Wailuku, Kahului, all the way out to Haiku and Ulupalakoa. The department also needs $220,000 for police body cameras, data storage, and maintenance. We cannot, with all the expansion of the population in the country areas, Haiku, Makawao, Kula, continue to serve them with so few police officers. It's only logical that we start increasing the number of police for protection. We've got a lot of complaints about thefts and other kinds of incidents that are happening in the sub-country areas. And we just don't have the officers right now to adequately staff them. So I'm asking that we increase the numbers of officers on that beat. The Wailuku Kahului area and that whole mountain range. It's a lot of range to cover. To help pay for these projects, the administration is proposing a progressive tiered new tax structure. There will be one rate for properties valued at less than $500,000, another rate for property values between $500,000 and $1.4 million, and a third rate for properties worth more than $1.5 million. In addition, this will be the first budget implementing the Council's amendments to separate short-term rental units from hotels and resort tax classifications. Please note, these changes will not affect homeowners and will allow rates to be adjusted to generate the revenue required to maintain county services and infrastructure. If these tier rate structures is approved by the council, we will have no reason to increase property taxes this year. The rates will remain the same for the majority of the property owners, despite the fact that values have increased. We are also proud to report that our solid waste division is at the point where it is financially self-sufficient, and no general fund money will be needed to support operations. Mahalo to our council members who helped us to get to this stage by approving fee increases. This has been a goal for quite some time, and we're finally there. Although the county's expense increase every year, careful management has put us in position to meet these increased demands. Maui County remains ahead of our payments for our unfunded liabilities. Once again, we're committed to paying off the county's debt as soon as possible, and we have proposed paying an extra $2.5 million on top of the $15.5 million that we owe OPEB for a total of $18 million. We continue to retain the strongest bond rating in the state, which is one of the reasons why Maui County is experiencing the best financial condition in our history. We are maintaining our rate of AA+ from Standard & Poor's, Moody's, and Fitch because of our conservative management and our creation of a strong local economy. We also continue to get the best return on our investment for the community. By the end of June, the county's investments will have earned $5.4 million, the highest rate of return in the state. This is equivalent to property taxes being paid by approximately 4,000 homeowners. This community is in good, strong financial situation where we can pay our bills and finance our projects. This is despite everything that was thrown our way, not just these last 2 terms in office, but also during my first term, 2002 to 2006. We saw Pioneer Mill shut down, along with Molokai Ranch and Maui Land and Pineapple. Nationwide, the Great Recession brought everything to a standstill. Along the way, Lanai changed hands again. And then finally, HCNS, Sugar, said aloha for good. We have dealt with rock slides, floods, lightning storms. We have prepared time and again for hurricanes, tsunamis that threaten us every year. We even survived a fake missile attack for 37 minutes. As a community, we weathered all of these disasters and learned from these challenges. In the end, we emerged stronger because of them. We are well on our way toward creating a future that our parents, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will be able to enjoy. We can only hope that future administrations learn from what we went through, just as we learned from those before us. The work that we do should be continued and improved upon by the next administration and the next and the next. Of course, every administration will have their critics, just as we have had ours. While perhaps some may dispute our methods, we can only point to our results. Our results speak for themselves. However, remember, no one administration can do everything. We took what we were given when we came into office. We tried to build upon these and improve the situation. Future generations' administration will continue to refine what is here. We will never see the perfect community because we will always be working toward it. As human beings, I believe our role in life is to always be moving toward the ideal, even though we know that we will never achieve it. We can only hope that the goals that we have set will ensure our children have a better quality of life than we did. that it is our duty for each generation that comes afterwards to have to do their part for the generation ahead. In the end, our goals are the same as those who came before us back in 1978. We would hope that the next administration and the next generation acquires some institutional memory and reviews these goals, as the community will benefit from their continued propagation. At this time, I would like to thank those who helped us achieve these goals. Council Chair Mike White, Budget Chairman Ricky Hokama, our council body, our departments, boards, commissions, and all of our community associations who have worked so hard and have come together to achieve so much. Let us continue this journey together to get things accomplished for the community. We owe people too much to be sidetracked by minor issues. Our children, their children, and future generations are depending upon the decisions we make here and now. Remember, if we can dream it, we can achieve it. If we don't let fear or uncertainty stop us from doing the right things. It is our duty to future generations to plan a budget and to be able to carry it through, and we cannot and shall not let them down. Thank you very much, and I really want to thank all of you for all the work that you've put in. You know, every project that we did required multitudes of people working on it. Major projects like Wailuku redevelopment have taken hundreds of people. Ricky, you've put your heart and soul into trying to get the redevelopment going. Ukulele, all of you have done different projects in different areas of our community. And in every part of our community, we can show results of what we've done, whether it be road fix, water line fix, parks created. There's things that are there, and we can all be proud of that. And for generations to come, our children will be able to use those facilities, and they'll be able to appreciate what we're doing today. So thank you very much. Keith asked me to ask and tell everybody, if you have any questions, ask him.
Yeah, well, that wasn't exactly what I said, but so I think now, Mayor, at this time, perhaps you and Sandy, our budget director, may want to present the budget documents to the council members. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being here this morning for this budget presentation, this message from the mayor. The mayor and the budget director and myself will be here afterwards if there are any questions that you'd like to ask us, and we'd be happy to try to answer them for you today. Again, thank you so much to our council members for being here, for taking the time out of your busy schedules, and to all of you as well. Mahalo, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's okay.
Good job, Alan.
Okay, a little bit of homework to do now.
Thank you.
And just so you know,
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Sir? Just so you know,
we're not going to do nothing today, so please tell us. Please. Chair?
Did you get yours?
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. Some heavy
somebody took one.
Kelly Kings.